So we are going to start tonight. We're going to start tonight with Jim Pressler. Jim, where did he go? Oh, there you are, buddy.
Way over here. Right?
Jim Pressler is from Park Forest, and he's from way over there, in the Park Forest part of the cafe. He was a career economist who has lived a double life. For the past 2 decades as a creative writer, exploring the world beyond facts and figures. Jim has a personal passion for storytelling. He usually writes what he calls philosophical fiction. And those of us who had philosophy in college know that it's all fiction, brother. So, you can always get an A in philosophy because you can just tell the teacher, that's my philosophy. Offering new perspectives to familiar themes with moods ranging from friendly humor to serious observations on the darker aspects of life. Short stories, character sketches have been a personal compulsion, several of which have been published. His first published novel was The Book of Cain, which is terrific, and 2 other manuscripts are now being shopped. Tonight he's going to read a piece titled Why I Am a Bad Person. There you go, Jim Pressler.
Thanks, Tom. These always feel like AA meetings when I start, so I'm just gonna. Hello, my name is Jim Pressler, and I'm a bad person. Hello.
Hello, Jim.
Hello, Jim. I'm actually just gonna try to convince you that, well, I'll let you be the call whether I'm a bad person or not. But I'll just let you know 2 things. One, being a bad person sometimes just means good intentions have bad results. But the other part that goes with it that I definitely want to convince you about is that karma is alive and well. So, to offer you a little information, I'm a writer. I think Tom made that clear. But part of being a writer is being a people watcher. It's observing all the little idiosyncrasies, those odd qualities. It is scavenging for everything that makes the world real. And the more you write, the more this becomes your passion, and the more you look at the human condition in this way. And sometimes that writer side takes over from what the human side should be doing, and sometimes I let that happen. When I worked in the city, I had a 6-block commute from the train station to my office. Very nice, comfortable, get my steps in, but the best part is that walk into the loop, it was just a smorgasbord of the odd humanity. It was, if you were to have a weird and exotic behavior petting zoo, this was it down Randolph Street. I knew every odd character along there. There was a street preacher on State and Randolph. He insisted that heaven was a no smoking zone. So if I wanted to get some feedback from him, I just light up right in front of him, and then I could people watch as, a one-man audience. There was this woman in Daly Plaza who would sit there, feed the pigeons, lay out breadcrumbs, and every now and then just grab one, take it to the fountain, and wash it off. I didn't know what that was, but the writer in me loved it. The doomsday guy with the sandwich board walking up and down wearing everything but the tinfoil hat. A guy named Strawberry who loved standing in dumpsters and waving at people. They were all out there. As a writer, I'm thrilled. Maybe as a human being, I should have been more concerned. But you know what? Again, this is why I'm a bad person. So, one winter day, kind of like this, I'm stepping on the train station, up onto the Randolph Street hustle, and about 10 feet ahead of me, walking in the direction I am, but is a woman. Nothing spectacular about, coat, hat, scarf, the usual stuff. But she was furiously yelling at nobody. She was just, what's wrong. I'll tell you what's wrong. Oh, I'll tell you. And the arms were going, and the whole thing was, this was my day. This was my morning. I could gain all my writer's sustenance before I even got to my desk. So I pursued, and I studied, and I examined this because this was just beautiful. Again, a human might be concerned. She has a character sketch waiting to happen. So, as I followed, I picked up on all glances and, what I could get from following someone. But I needed more. I needed to see the fury, the madness in her eyes, something like that. But the crowd's getting more people are getting off the trains, and I kind of have to scoot around people and jockeying all around, trying to. I don't want to lose track of her. This is gold. But more and more, I'm going against a tough tide in pursuit of this. Now, it's not just me. A bunch of people are looking. This is drawing attention, so I don't want to get caught. But the more the crowd comes in, the more I just become this predatory author, stalking this literary nourishment I have in front of me. It's going to be great. Only I could get one peek. Crowd's getting worse. People everywhere. It's rush hour. I have to, totally. I don't want to get spotted. It ruins the whole experiment. Almost there. 4 blocks into the walk. And I just want to see the face. And as I go around, I get caught. Like any predator, sometimes you get a little close and you fear they're going to bolt. Well, she did. She turned and looked right at me. At that point, I didn't realize just how bad a person I was. Until that moment, she looked at me and went, "Jane, can I call you back?" Tapped the Bluetooth, said, "What do you want, sir?" Okay, so she wasn't crazy. She wasn't, there was no wild fury. There were no imaginary people suddenly vanishing before her. The only thing she was mad about was apparently me. But now, the writer in me reframes the scene. And now I realize something even worse. All of the people who had been watching, they had not been watching her. They had been watching me stalking this woman down Randolph Street for 4 blocks, getting increasingly creepy about hunting down someone who just had nothing to do but go to work. That's when I realized I was the crazy person on the street that day. And of course, hopefully that convinces you that karma is alive and well. I skulked back to my desk. I think my entire head was below my shoulders as I just kind of made my way there. I may have cried a manly tear, but it was horrible because I just realized for all my time looking at these people like they're in a specimen dish. For that moment, I was the specimen, and it did not feel good at all. So I made a choice. I said, maybe this is a way for me to be a little more human, a little more compassionate, to kind of take that other side and to reach out to situations like that now and then. But I also decided, you know what, I'm still a writer, and people are just so fascinating. So I made a compromise. I'm still the kind of person who will people watch and look for the odd ones and the weird behavior. I just know that I'm one of them now.
Thank you very much, Jim.